morning, grade 6. I hope you are doing well. You will be very excited to know that this is our last lesson of the book, and maybe by next week we will start with our new book. So this is lesson 6. It's 16th March today, and the name of the lesson is animal behavior. Okay, so my main objective of the lesson is for you all to understand, and by the end of the lesson you will be able to describe some behaviors that help animals to survive and reproduce. At least some of the behaviors you need to know different animals that help to survive and reproduce. Before we start our lesson, you need to actually imagine about different pets you had, or you have it now. Different pets, how they behave, what you teach them, and how are you dealing with them, or how do they respond to your teaching. Their behaviors, you need to know different behaviors of different animals. Okay, so the vocabulary terms are stimulus, innate behavior, learned behavior, territory, migration, hibernation, estivation, social behavior. So today we will study at least about stimulus, innate behavior, and learned behavior. Once again, our main objective of the lesson, don't forget it, we need to know different behaviors of animals that help them to actually survive and reproduce. So just for a second or a minute, just imagine what is a behavior. Okay, leave about animals. When I talk about different behaviors of different girls of your classes, or different girls of your class in your class, don't you think so? How are you behaving daily? You all have different behaviors. Some of the behaviors are from genes, that is genetic, and some of them you have learned from your friends, from your family. Similarly, animals do have behaviors. What they learn, they acquire, and what do they have from before. So, a stimulus, such as hunger. Okay, the word stimulus, I'm sure we have studied about stimulus and response in term 2, that is in the beginning of the lesson, in the first unit, in the previous units. We studied, and I told you by making a sound, and you all were surprised with that sound, or I can give you one example. You are sleeping on the bed, and suddenly your sister comes and pinches you. What do you do? What do you do after that? You get up from your bed and you shout, ouch! And you react. Some of them, they might hit their sister back. Some of them, they will just shout. So this pinching, or this, what do you call as type of information that causes a reaction, it's called a stimulus. Example again, they have given you here an example of hunger. When I say the example of hunger, I can say that if your stomach grumbles when you wake up in the morning, so the grumbling of stomach is actually the hunger, and this hunger is stimulus. And what do you do after that when you're hungry? You might go eat breakfast. So taking your breakfast is the response. You go from lying in the bed to looking for food. So the hunger is stimulus, and response is the way you reacted. You went to the kitchen. You were seeing your breakfast. Okay, so I'm sure you understood about stimulus and response, and most of you know about it. Okay, so stimulus such as hunger is a type of information that causes a reaction or change in an organism. Now, the way you responded, the way you reacted, that is your behavior. Behavior is the set of actions. Do you see this word actions? okay, that come from a reaction. How you act taken by an organism in response to stimuli. How you responded to your stimulus, to the stimuli. Stimulus is a singular and stimuli is when many responses come all together. It's stimuli. Okay, with I it's a plural and stimulus is singular. So behavior is the set of actions taken by an organism in response to stimuli which can be internal or external. So there are two types of behavior now. One is your internal behavior and one is your external behavior, or I can call one is an internal stimulus and one is an external stimulus. Okay? So what is an internal stimulus? Like you are feeling sick. Did someone make you sick? No. You are feeling sick from inside. There is no external condition which made you feel sick. You have your body pain, you have fever, you have cough, you have running nose. All these symptoms, what is being caused by the body. It's internal stimulus. And of course, same goes with animals. An internal stimulus, such as feeling sick or feverish, comes within the body. Okay? So it comes within the animal's body. When you get sick, your behavior change. For example, you may choose to rest or no longer eat. Whatever caused your sickness, you will say to your mom, Mommy, no, I don't feel like eating. Because this is your internal stimulus. You don't feel like eating anymore. And now next I will explain you about external stimulus. Okay, external stimulus come from outside the body. It gives animal information about their surroundings. Okay, so let me give you your example first. Somebody knocks on the door or somebody comes. What is your response? That is the external stimulus. That is not from your body. That is in response to something which is happening externally. Okay? Again, let me give you one more example. If a rabbit hears a fox hunting nearby, the rabbit might run away. The sound of a fox is an external stimulus. So I'm sure I have made you clearly understood about internal stimulus and external stimulus. Okay? So let us watch a small video which will make the lesson more interesting. Here. Okay, guys.
When you stop looking out there, when you invent we see what are the answers to never-ending questions in your brain that no place to find reason or the place and time for 2 hours reason that through the medication we offer in the real world. Science in the real world.
Hi, I'm Kirsten. Welcome to Real World Science. Ever wonder why geese tend to fly in a triangular pattern? Or how chameleons know to camouflage themselves when a predator comes? Why do animals act the way they do? Let's find out. Types of behavior. Much like humans, animals are either born with or learn certain behaviors that allow for their survival. They learn how to store food, escape from predators, and take care of themselves in their environment. Today, we are all going to become ethologists, or people who study animal behavior. Ever wonder why babies cry so much? because they are unable to actually say, "Hey, I'm hungry," or "I'm really tired. Put me in bed." Babies cry to get their parents' attention. This is a type of behavior. Behavior is the way an organism responds to its environment. An animal's survival depends upon its behavior. There are two kinds of behavior: innate and learned. Innate behavior is behavior that an organism is born with and does not have to be learned. For example, baby monkeys grasp things with their hands and feet without being taught. Animals that cannot breathe underwater will not attempt to breathe when placed underwater. These animals were never told that they will be unable to breathe when submerged in water. It is innate. Another example is blinking. If someone blows into a baby animal or human's eyes, they will close them. They are not taught to close their eyes to keep them from drying out. This is innate as well. These innate behaviors are genetic and are coded in an animal's DNA. They are passed down from generation to generation and are helpful in the survival of a species. Innate behaviors. There are two types of innate behaviors: reflex.
Okay guys, so you have seen, after knowing about internal external stimulus, we need to know next is about how does behavior develop. So we have two types of behavior developing inside. One is the innate behavior and the second is the learned behavior. It's really very interesting to know that innate behavior is from the genes, from genetics. You don't have to teach a baby when he or she is born how to suck the milk. You don't need to teach a baby monkey how to grab, his food. You have seen the video. In the video what I have shown you before, how different behaviors of animals are innate behaviors are there and learned behaviors. Okay, simple. We have a dog, a pet dog, and we have a street dog. A street dog will not know how to behave properly. If you just say, ask the pet dog to sit down, or you have trained the pet dog to sit down or to grab a thing, the pet dog listens to you. But the street dog won't, because the pet dog is being trained. It has been trained by you. So that is called the learned behavior. He learned from you. But the innate behavior is something from inside, from nature, from genetics, from their parents, from their offspring, from their grandparents. As we have studied genetics, DNA, so it's from DNA, chromosomes,